Good morning, friends. How are you? So, this morning for our story time, I have our friend Rip Squeek, and you're going to see the adventure that Rip Squeek goes on in our this week's theme is new stories. So I have some new stories for you that are part of our collection, and I hope you will come in and gather some new books that have come in. So anyway, I hope to see you in the library soon. And so Rip Squeak, are you ready for your story and your adventure? Yes, I think he is. Here we go. The Treasure with Susan Yost Filgate and Leonard Filgate. The Treasure. There's our friend Rip Squeak all dressed up for an adventure. Rip Squeak looked out the window. Jessie, Abby, he called to his sister and the kitten. Euripides is coming. Get ready for an adventure. I wonder who Euripides is. Look at that. Euripides was dressed in a new costume. What's wrong? Euripides asked. Haven't you seen a pirate before? Euripides hopped onto the bed, dragging a big book behind him. Rip, Jessie, and Abby curled up together and listened as he read stories about faraway places, pirates, and buried treasure. That says Pirate Tales. When Euripides finished reading, a piece of paper fell out of his book. It's a treasure map, Rip shouted. Abby looked closely. What does the X mean? Right there. X marks the spot, said Euripides. It's the place where pirates bury their treasure. A new adventure, Jessie exclaimed. We must be properly dressed, said Euripides. They found colorful clothes in an old trunk and put them on. Do you like to dress up when you're going on adventures? We look just like the pirates in Euripides' book, said Rip. Now we're ready to find that treasure. Rip was ready to go, but Abby was a little scared. She wrinkled her nose and licked her fur. Don't worry, Rip smiled. Your friends will protect you. Let's go, said Euripides. The treasure is this way. As they followed him into the woods, Euripides began to sing. This thicket is full of creepy things with lots of eyes and legs and wings. But we don't mind. It's such a pleasure to work with friends to find the treasure. Yeah. When the friends stopped to rest, the map slipped out of Rip's hand. It fell into a deep hole. There it is, said Abby. Rip reached down as far as he could. Then he heard someone yell. Watch out! 2 ants hollered at him. Sorry, Rip said in a startled tone. We need our map back. We have to find the treasure. Is it a treasure you can eat? Asked one of the ants. No, but you're in luck, said Euripides. He pulled some cookies from his pocket. This is a treasure, said the ant. The ants happily crawled off. Now let's go find our treasure, said Jessie. Isn't that amazing what ants can carry? They're so strong. On their way, they saw a mother duck with 3 babies. Where are you going? Mother duck asked. We're looking for treasure, Rip said politely. I have my treasure with me, said Mother Duck. My children are my treasure. Gee, said Rip, a treasure can be something different for each of us. How about that? When they stopped to check the map, they heard a buzzing sound. A strange creature hovered above them. His long, glowing wings never stopped moving. I should have known, Euripides smiled. It's my friend, Dragonfly Sam. Do you see Dragonfly Sam? There he is. Sam pointed to the X on the map. I know where this is, said Sam, but it's not exactly what I would call a treasure. Then he flew off. What did he mean by that? Asked Rip. We'll find out soon, said Euripides. The friends came to a small clearing. Wow, they all shouted. It's just like the one in the book, said Jessie. Amazing, remarked Euripides. This really is a treasure, Rip exclaimed. Aren't they excited? Get ready. Wow, look what they found. Can you even imagine that? Euripides hopped up on the deck of the ship. It's a perfect day to set sail. I feel like a real pirate, Rip said proudly. Euripides laughed. This ship may not be important to everyone, but it's certainly a treasure to us. Euripides raised the pirate flag. I have a flag too, said Jessie. She pulled out a scarf with a big red heart on it. I've never seen a pirate flag like that, said Euripides. This flag will show everyone how we really feel, said Jessie. You're right, Euripides grinned. We'll fly both flags. We'll pretend we're real pirates, but everyone will know we're friendly. Prepare to sail, shouted Euripides. A gentle breeze carried their pirate ship to open waters. Here they go. See that? Rip Squeek couldn't wait for his next adventure. He knew he would be sharing it with the greatest treasure of all, his wonderful friends. That looks so fun. The end. I bet you have special places you go with your friends for special adventures. So I have one more story, but before that, I want to show you my craft for this week that maybe you can do if you have a paper bag, since we had a little pirate adventure. So this is our pirate paper bag. So you can just cut out and color a hat and maybe make some polka dots or color them. And of course, a pirate has to have an eye patch, right? There you go. Or if you're not really into pirates, I couldn't resist because I have little granddaughters that love unicorns. Maybe you're a fan of unicorns. And if that's the case, then maybe you could make a unicorn paper bag puppet. So just ears and to make the unicorn and a face. And I did use some sparkles because unicorns are sparkly, but maybe you have something sparkly that you can put on. Okay, so I have another story for you. This, again, with our theme, is a very brand new book called Bear Came Along. And it is an award winner. I think you're going to like it. Bear Came Along by Richard T. Morris. And I love the illustrations. Once there was a river that flowed night and day, but it didn't know it was a river until, what do you see? Bear. Bear came along. Bear was just being curious. And when he realized what the river could do. But he didn't know he was on an adventure until, what do we see? Wait for it. Froggy hopped on. Froggy was a lonely frog who was looking for a friend, but she didn't know how many she had. Until the turtles tried to warn them about the things that could go wrong, but they didn't know how to enjoy the ride. You see, there's lots of turtles here. Until Beaver climbed on board. More and more friends are joining them. Beaver was born to captain. He knew exactly where to go, but he didn't know about the detours. A detour is when you have to change plans and go somewhere else. Until, is there somebody else looking? The raccoon dropped in. The raccoons were so excited about the twists and turns ahead, but they didn't know they had to be careful. Until they crashed into Duck. Duck was so content being right where she was, but she didn't know there was a world to see. Until uh-oh, they look frightened. What's up ahead? No, it's a waterfall. This is what happened. Bear held on to Froggy. Froggy held on to Turtle. Turtles held on to Beaver. And Beaver held on to raccoons. And raccoons held on to Duck. Oh, what a ride. Wow. Splash. So many different animals living their separate lives. But they didn't know They were in it together until the river came along and joined them together, right? That is such a pretty book with all the animals. And I like that. They are in it together. And maybe you've heard that. Even though we're all different, that there are things going on that might make us feel alone, but we are in it together. And I'm thankful for Samuel's Public Library so we can come together here and be friends. So I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.